I, Sheetal Jagtap. Today I will teach digital teaching skill, and in that I will take method science. Good afternoon, students.
Good afternoon.
Okay. Today we will see Newton's law of motion, in which force and motion act work. Okay. First of all, tell me what is force. किसी को पता है force और motion में क्या differentiation है?
Force is displacement of an object when force is applied to objects.
Okay.
Force is push or pull.
Push or pull. Okay. And what is the motion?
Means the change of position of the object.
Change of position. Okay. Today, so we will see how is force and motion related. What the Isaac Newton observed. What are the Newton's three laws? Okay. So first of all, relationship between force and motion. Okay. An object free to move will move once acted upon by forces. So it consists two ways. That is already Bhavika told us that push and pull are nothing but the force. Okay. It's often a result of interaction between two objects. Okay. That means it related to two objects. That means inertia and velocity. Okay. An object free move will move when acted upon by the forces. In which inertia means it's an object resistance changing its motion. Okay. And velocity are nothing but the speed and direction of an object. Okay. For example, if I throw the ball, that means what? It consists of force as well as motion, and it also requires an acceleration which changes the object of velocity. Okay. So, Isaac Newton's ideas, apart from gravity, Newton also explained how the balance of force affect the object movement, in which when forces are balanced, the object will remain its state of motion, either rest or constant in motion. Okay. Then, but when the forces are unbalanced, then that time the speed or it goes slow down. Okay. And the direction will be changed. So, but what about other factors such as frictions and air resistance? So that's why the laws of motions are observed, and in that they decided to take some experience, like they both are sitting on the chair, and when chair is moved from other person, what will happen? Okay, that are considered in these reactions. That is, together with the seatmate, find different ways of moving your chairs in a different direction without standing up. Okay, what happens when the chair is pushed by other person? Or what do you observe when push each other at the same time? तो बताओ बच्चों, जब किसी ने हमारी चेयर को धक्का दिया या पुश किया, तो क्या होगा? We move backward. Yes. Okay. And when what do you observe when you push each other at the same time? दो chairs हैं और at a time हम साथ में उन्हें धक्का दे रहे, तो क्या होगा? Yes. Now repeat again. See, both are sitting here, okay, on chair, and then in both are persons, yes, pushing to each other in the same direction. What will happen? They will collide. Yes, collide or collapse. Okay. Now we will see one by one three laws of Newton. First is law of inertia, in which object in motion will stay in motion, and object at rest will stay at rest unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. For example, this is mobile, and mobile can move or not? Yes. जब तक हम इसे उठाते नहीं हैं, ठीक है, तब तक ये मोबाइल वैसे के वैसे वही रहेगा. That is the first law of motion, that is inertia. For example, law of inertia, the golf ball will remain on the ground until the golfer hits it. जब तक वो उसे मारता नहीं है, तब तक वो वहाँ से मूव होगा नहीं वो बॉल. Okay, so it remain as it is. Now we will see the second law of motion is nothing but the law of acceleration. Okay, in this rotation of an object with constant mass is proportional to the net force action on it and is in the same direction of the net force. For example, car. Okay, जब हम कार को एक्सीलरेट करते हैं तो ऑन दी वे वो इंजन से स्टार्ट होती है एंड उसका जो वे है मीन्स द कार एक्सीलरेट फॉरवर्ड सिंस द फोर्स ड्यू टू इट्स इंजन is greater than the friction on the road. And the last law of Newton is what? Third law, the law of action as well as reaction. Okay, for example, ball, जैसे हम बॉल ऊपर फेंकते हैं उसी फोर्स में बॉल नीचे आता है. That is the third law of Newton's. That is, every action force has a reaction force that is equal in size and opposite in direction. For example, yes, rocket launch. The shuttle exerts a downward force and the reaction force of the same size pushes it upwards. This is the example of third law. So forces and motions are related because they result as a force. Okay. The motion of object depends on the balancing the forces acting on it. Okay. So today we have seen 3 laws of Newton's, which means which law? First law is what? The law of inertia. Second law?
Acceleration.
Yes, law of acceleration. And third law is law of action and reaction. Hope you understood today's topic.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.